Hi Leo, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here today to do your February 2020 general reading. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you are watching your sun sign, make sure to go check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign if this happens to not make sense for you, but maybe the other ones will too. So with that being said, just a few announcements. I will be in Burbank, California with Ramblin Mike at his Tarot Expo on March 21st and 22nd. If you would like to join us, all the information is down below in the description box. And if these messages do resonate with you, make sure to like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates with you. If you're new, welcome, glad to have you here. And if you're my vibe tribe, you know I love you something serious. So yeah, guys, but all my information is down below. If you need to book a private reading, whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com, that's down there too. And how I'm doing these messages this month is not only am I channeling messages, I'm listening to music and pulling some cards on this, and they seem to all really tie in very well together. So hopefully we can get you some clarity. Now Leo, which big difference from Cancer that I just did. So with that being said, the song that you got was Rihanna's Love Song featuring Future. Um, and you know, the song has quite a bit going on in it, but what I'm picking up from it is the fact that it looks like Leo and someone significant in their life, especially on a romantic level. So you know, when I do these kind of readings, I focus more on the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And it doesn't mean that I'm saying Leo is masculine or feminine, and it doesn't mean that you're a male or female, just whoever is carrying the more masculine or feminine energy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then it might not make a lot of sense to you, but I would definitely do some research on it so you can figure out what the difference is between the two energies so that you can figure out what side of the spectrum you're on, okay? So but you might figure it out depending on how the storylines resonate. So, what it seems like, though, is that there's a significant relationship in Leo's life where they're, you know, it's like kind of clearing the air. Like, do you or do you not? Um, I do feel that, you know, there's a lot about respect and not really wanting a ton out of the relationship, but just being clear on what it is that you need from the relationship. And it definitely does feel more from the song that the masculine energy is just wanting that love and affection, but on the feminine side it seems that the masculine is kind of being stingy with their time. And I feel like the masculine is just having a hard time expressing themselves because, you know, of course, most masculine energies, whether you're male or female, have a hard time like expressing their emotions and what their needs and wants are, and feeling selfish for wanting things, right? Like, okay, um listen, that's part of our nature. That is part of this life of knowing what feels good and what doesn't. And we have to be able to speak up and own what those things are in order for us to live a fulfilled life, right? And I feel like this is really the time where Leo starts, you know, making it clear on how they're feeling about a certain situation. And I almost feel that Leo is coming more from the feminine aspect of like, listen, if you want it, it's yours, but you got to make up your damn mind and quit being so inconsistent in my life. Like, that's really what it feels like. Um, so you might have someone that kind of goes back and forth, like, oh, I want your love, I want your affection, but then I'm going to be stingy with how much effort I put into it, right? So there's just a few things in the song that I do want to clarify, because I do feel the masculine energy in this storyline doesn't want to give off the wrong impression. They just want to be clear of that they want their feminine's love. They want their affection. But I feel like there's a slight borderline of codependency here too, because they're not wanting to sound too desperate, so I feel like there's some insecurity issues when it comes to expressing what they need from their feminine. But like, love is on the brain, okay? Love is on the brain. So, it's one of those things where um you know I don't feel, again, like they're asking for too much, and maybe you could be the one to, like, give them what they're looking for. But I also feel that the feminine is kind of going through this too, like trying to figure out the logistics of the relationship and how this is going to work and what they need from their masculine, especially when they're going through their rough times. Because I feel like, especially if we're talking feminine Leos, then you're used to being strong all the time, and you're used to just having your shit together, and like, just being the leader of the group, right? But we all go through no matter how strong and courageous you are, we all fall on hard times. We all fall on these points of feeling confused or conflicted and not really sure, like, what to even do with ourselves, right? And I feel like if you're talking about a feminine Leo, then you're going to need a really strong energy to kind of help that feminine Leo to cope with what's going on in their environment and what's going on in their world. And it's like, I'm so used to saving myself, but at this moment, I just need you to save me, right? And it's this type of comfort and security that they're wanting from their masculine, but on a daily. Like, they're needing it consistent, right? There's no room for inconsistency in a feminine Leo's life, okay? So I feel that, on the feminine side, they just want a sign. Like, if you're in, you're in. But if not, then get out, right? But I also feel, because it says, if I'm your girl, say my name, let me know I'm in control. So there might be some control issues here of, like, I already know what I want and I know what I need, but I need you to be on the same page, and, like, either you are or you're not, and that's a form of control, right? But I feel like both of you are kind of at this point where it's like, but we're both grown-ups. Like, we're both adults. Let's just get it out. Let's just say how we're feeling, because I feel like someone's tired of beating around the bush, okay? And if you feel that way for each other, you just want to show it. Like, you don't want to have to hold back anymore. You don't want to have to limit your expression, and you definitely don't want to hide this connection from the world anymore, is what I'm hearing too. But I feel like any games that were kind of going back and forth in the process of leading up to this month, I feel like this is kind of coming down to the wire. Like, it feels like one of those, I want to say a merry-go-round, but it's not a merry-go-round. The things on the playgrounds, well, I mean, back when I was a kid, that had, it was like a plate, and it had the little bars, and it spin, 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 and you either fly off, get sick, or come off like you're drunk, right? Like, that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like one big whirlwind where you're not really sure what's going to happen when the force stops, right? And it could leave you a little discombobulated at some times too. Um, so, I do feel on the feminine side, they're kind of questioning a lot about where they stand in the masculine's life. So you know, are they thinking about me? Am I on their mind? You're constantly wondering, like, what are they thinking about all of this? And, like, they just want the masculine to claim them. Like, yes, that is my feminine. That is my boo, that is my thing, and nothing's gonna take that from me, right? Like, they want someone to know that that feminine is a priority in their life. So I also feel like that comes with a warning too, because the feminine definitely feels like she ain't gonna take no shit. Okay, even though I say she, doesn't have to be a female. But I do feel like they are giving this masculine energy a heads up, like, don't slip up, right? Like, if you're gonna come into my life, don't you slip up. I need consistency. I need to know where I stand in your life. And if you slip, someone else is gonna take your place. Like, I'm not fucking around, right? And even with that, I feel like it's almost like an empty threat, because the feminine doesn't really want this to happen, but they're also not budging on their boundaries and their worth. Like, I feel that there's a new sense of self with feminine on this side of the spectrum, okay? Um, they don't want to lose this moment with their masculine, but they also don't, like it says, why window shop when you own this? Don't put it down, don't fuck around, I want you now, right? So the feminine knows what they want, right? And they're not wanting to window shop. They already got their prize, right? But now they're waiting for the masculine to get on board with this. So, I feel like on the masculine side, they're kind of worrying, like, is the feminine really in this for the right reasons? Are they gonna love me even when I fall on my ass and, you know, possibly lose everything? Like, the vows, when they said this, can you love me for poor? Like, they're thinking long-term commitment. I will love and cherish you for richer or for poorer. Like, is the feminine only loving me when I'm on the top of my game, or is this person going to help me when I'm digging through the trenches too? But they're definitely soul searching a lot, and they're really worried about the feminine's past, like, influences, trauma, and history. And they want the feminine to start speaking up for themselves, especially when it comes to their past trauma. Um, because, like, the way that they look at it is they want to hold you so close that you can feel their heart beating through each other, right? Like, the feminine definitely does this to the masculine, where the heart does some really wonky things. It's almost like that Knight of Cups energy, where it's like, it's that fluttering of the heart. The heart is racing so hard you can almost feel it pounding out of your chest. And I feel like there's just a lot of things that need to be cleared up, and not trying to beat around the bush so much that it's counterproductive, right? It's just being straight to the point. Where do I stand in your life? This is where you stand in mine. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. And I need consistency. Either you are or you're not, right? So that's a lot. That's a lot, but let's see what's going on in the tarot. So, what does the Messenger Oracle have for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of February 2020? Reveal your truth. See? Like, it's time to release the mask. It's time to let go of the things that you've been hiding behind and just say how you're feeling, okay? Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts, okay? Focus and then act and seek your destiny. Show that you cares on the bottom. So this is definitely showing like that empathy and that compassion and the understanding and patience, but it's also about knowing like what it is that you truly want. And I feel like this is where Leo's getting really clear about understanding and trusting in your own power and knowing that you have the power to walk away from anything or to charge towards something. But it's also about your destiny, about like what is going on in your life that is going to create the most uplifting energy possible for you to live in your truth, Leo. Okay? So let's pull some romance angels on this. What does Leo, that one wants to come out. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Again, the deception card came out reversed. So this is about taking off the mask, guys. Like anything that you have not been sharing or haven't been honest about, especially within the relationship. Maybe you want more, need more, or clarity on the situation. This is that time. Maybe you have some friends that are helping you through the process in order to gain that confidence to speak up for yourselves. But, you know, trust the people you share with. Because not every friend, especially going through the awakening process, we all know we go through this process of weeding out the people who are low-key not too happy for us, right? So you might notice some of these people starting to weed out of your life, but you know who your tribe is. You know who your soul fam is and the people that you can trust as a confidant. But stay playful, okay? To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So have some fun with your friends. Go out, have a good time. Don't focus on what is going wrong. Focus on what is going right. And if this is someone that you have been in separation with or have been just trying to find, you know, fine tune the kinks in your relationship, this is all coming back around and it's like a new love is being shown. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, this might not be your message. But for those of you that are currently single, someone from your past might have been this for you and now they're coming back in and you're having to say, skirt, let's hold up a second because I remember what it was like last time and we ain't doing that shit again. So if you want to come back into my life, we're going to have to make sure that all of this is on the table before we move forward, because there is a lot of love here. There's a lot of respect here too, but it's like needing clarity, it's needing communication, and it's needing transparency is really what I hear. So love yourself first and heart-to-heart conversations. So I feel like you really need to be clear with self and like really own you, Leo. And therefore you will be able to help the conversation move faster when you're not in a boastful energy, but confident. Like, I know what I want, and if that doesn't match up, then that's okay, but I'm not going to accept something into my life that obviously doesn't serve any good. Like, why go back down the yellow brick road when we know that nothing has changed? I need changed behavior, Leo says. Okay? So, let's pull some tarot on this real quick. What does Leo need to hear February 2020? Alright. So, we have the Four of Cups coming out. And it came out sideways. So what that usually tells me is that someone's kind of on the fence about letting their past go. Someone feels like they've missed out on an opportunity due to their restrictive ways and like holding on too tightly to something in their past that probably does not serve them any good. Okay. Could be belief systems, it could be patterns, it could be a group of friends, it could be anything, right? Anything that is out of alignment with source energy. I feel like someone's been kind of working on their emotional balance, especially the masculine energy. I feel like they're really not too excited about how everything transpired, and it's causing them a lot of sleepless nights and you know, facing their shadow. It's definitely facing their shadow going through this period. And especially for those of you who have been separated for some time or not in communication, they definitely needed this break, this separation, in order to face those things that were causing them a delay, so that they could follow what their heart really was searching for the entire time, and it was right in front of them. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this could have taken forever. You probably, some of you might even have thought this would never come back around, or that it would never settle out, but it is. Because there's a lot of things that, especially the conflict within and externally is finally coming to a close, because they had to get over their baggage, like what actually hurt them. Now, could be both of you, okay? But that leads to the Nine of Cups and the Page of Swords. So this person could have been watching you on social media. Is that the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah. So this is someone that's fated to be in your life, destined to be in your life. Things are finally moving forward. So we have, what is that? Aquarius, Leo, Taurus. Is it Libra? Can't remember all the fixed signs, but you know, I feel like this has taken a long time, but it's taken them a long time to actually be able to show up consistently and offer something that's tangible and long term. And the decisions that are having to be made are like, either you're going to step up to the plate and help me carry this weight of this world, and we share it together, and stand up, you know, take your rightful place, have control over your own damn life. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries, but it's like the stoic energy, right? Fatherly figure. There could be some things around the father too that, you know, kind of conditioned the masculine to be a certain way, and they're having to face those issues of the teachings that their father has given them that didn't really help serve them in their future, right? And in their present. Is there anything else? Any other advice? That one. Yeah. Finally laying down the burdens. Okay? So drop that weight, let it go, move forward. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. We have the Star and the Chariot, Cancer energy as well. But I feel like, you know, someone's been separated from either soulmate, twin flame energy, and again, the Temperance is here too. So this is a divine fated connection where spirit's getting involved, but it's definitely making them take a look at what relationships they've chosen their life due to temptation, distraction, and something that was comfortable and familiar, but not really soul satisfying either. So all these things are coming up for reflection in order for, you know, the connection to take a different turn, is what I'm hearing. So very interesting, Leo. I hope these messages help you, and if you need any more guidance on your personal situation, you can always book a private reading with me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.